Hello, everybody. Hello, Matt, Apparition, JM Chad, Eternal Magician, and Dai Kiri. Oh, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Lovely to have you all here. Oh, hello, Ramsh. Oh my God, you're right. It's February 20th, 2020. Damn. Yes. A very auspicious day for those who are keeping track of numbers like that. Alright, so last time we learned a bunch as Kinzo is finally starting to explain everything about his backstory. Oh my God, the very first Beatrice who came from Italy. And apparently her father was a big shot in the Italian military. That is hello OA, welcome to the stream, and hello Zia-san. That has defected. Or rather, not defected, I should say. It looks like her father tried to cut his losses because he knew the war was lost. And he's trying to hide away in Japan with all his gold, but he died. And on the way, because imagine if that submarine didn't hit the mine. Imagine how different everything would have been. Like, and now the Beatrice, the original Beatrice, and Kinzo and her just hit it off right away. Like they were instantly attracted to each other. Hello, Nagels. Welcome to the stream. You're right. In 2 years. Oh my God. Wow, that would be a truly auspicious day. In 2 years and 2 days? Damn. But then you'd have to wait 200 years for it to be extremely auspicious. Though a once in a millennium event right there. But although I suppose if you don't count 02, if you just count 2 as the day, then you'd still only have to wait 2 years, a bit less than 2 years, and you get all 2s that way. Oh, hello, Ji-chan. That's totally fine. So anyway, anyway, that's hilarious, Rob. So anyway, let's get back to no, we don't, Zia-san. In Australia, we reverse the month and the day, which was very confusing in the beginning. Let's get back to Kinzo's story, where just last time everything was going fine, but they revealed that the gold had come from the submarine, and it was their real precious cargo. Something tells me something is going to go very wrong for literally everybody on this island. All the soldiers, the original Beatrice, and basically everybody except Kinzo. Let's get back into it.
Shui.
Lieutenant Yamamoto.
イタリア人たちはこの黄金のことを本土へ報告しないことを望んでいます。
The Italians don't want to tell us the mainland about this gold. Us to tell the mainland about this gold.
我が国に横領されたくないからであろうな。
Hello, Guppy Force and James.
So they don't want our country to snatch it away from them.
彼は何と?
What did he say?
日本が黄金を横領するのを恐れているから報告されたくないのだろうと言っている。
He's saying your group probably doesn't want to report it because you fear that Japan will steal it away from you.
少尉はむしろイタリア本国に知られることを恐れているわ。
I'm sure he would be because he'd probably be killed by them. Jeez. Lieutenant Angelo is actually more afraid of Italy itself finding out.
私たちにとって今の祖国は連合国の傀儡政権。
To us, our homeland's current government is a mere puppet set up by the Allied forces.
彼らに知られれば黄金は返還することになる。
If they find out, the gold will be returned to them.
しかしそれは私たちの敵に黄金を渡すようなもの。
However, that would be the same as handing the gold over to our enemies. They'd all come this way to make sure that the gold didn't fall into enemy hands. They needed to hide it from that puppet government. until their homeland could be truly restored. That ain't happening.
後ろ宮
Uchiramiya!
イタリア人たちに提案せよ
Make a proposal to the Italians.
我々は協力を申し出たいとな
Tell them we wish to offer our assistance.
協力とは
What sort of assistance?
イタリア人たちの言い分はこうであろう
Let's see if I got this straight.
彼らはその黄金を祖国に知られることなく隠したいわけだ
They want that gold kept secret so their homeland doesn't find out about it.
しかしこの島から運び出そうとすれば輸送船を手配せねばならなくなる
But they'll need to find at least a transport ship if they plan to carry it off the island.
そうすれば本土に知られさらにはイタリア本国にも知られることとなる
If they try that, though, the mainland will hear about it. Which means the Italian government will know too.
そうなります。
That's right.
つまりあの黄金はもうロッケン島からは運び出せない。
In other words, there's no longer any way to take that gold off Rokkenjima. I do notice that there's no one-wing seal. I wonder how and when he was able to get them sealed like that. Their mission must have been to hide the gold in absolute secrecy until the day of their homeland's restoration. Later on, several plausible rumors would circulate about how Nazi Germany also moved much of its secret wealth to certain hidden areas in South America just prior to its collapse. Hello, truths and falsehoods. Welcome to the stream. It was a very natural conclusion to reach. That submarine was their only method of transporting the gold in secrecy, and it's become completely useless. They can't fully stop the water from seeping in, and it'll probably sink completely before much longer. There's no longer any way for them to transport the gold in secrecy. In other words, their mission had ended in failure here in the Far East. So, just how is Lieutenant Yamamoto proposing that we assist him?
このロッケン島基地は誰も知らぬ秘密基地だ
The Rokkenjima base is top secret, and no one knows about it.
近隣の島民たちはこの島を不吉な無人島と信じて近寄りもしない
The islanders in the surrounding area this island's ill-omened and deserted, so they never come near it.
言っている意味がわかるか
Catch my drift, Uchiramiya?
彼は何と
What did he say?
前にも話した通り、このロッケン島基地は誰にも知られていない。
As we told you earlier, no one knows about this base.
見ての通り、戦略価値は何もなく、上層部にもすでに忘れられてる。
And as you can see, it's of no use strategically, so the higher-ups have already forgotten about it.
注意は、この島に黄金を隠してはどうかと提案したいみたいだ。
It sounds like Lieutenant Yamamoto is suggesting that you hide the gold on this island. Beatrice quickly translated this and told Lieutenant Angelo. He began discussing something rapidly with his subordinates. They didn't look happy. Japan may have been their ally, but they probably didn't want to leave the gold for reconstructing their motherland in Asian hands. Still, it was hard to imagine any other option for them.
激しく議論しているわ
It's a fierce debate.
他に手はないという者もいるしそれでも祖国に忠誠を尽くすべきだという者もいる
Some say there's no other option, while others think we should remain loyal to our homeland, no matter the cost.
少尉は板挟みになってるわ
Lieutenant Angelo is stuck between a rock and a hard place. The final order given to them by their fallen homeland was to hide the gold. However, by now, there was no way for that order to be carried out successfully. If the mainland or their own homeland found out, the gold would probably be confiscated by the wrong people from their point of view. If they really wanted to carry out their homeland's orders faithfully, Lieutenant Yamamoto's proposal was extremely reasonable. Though we couldn't understand their words, he seemed to realize how divided they were.
我々が協力すれば、あの黄金を厳重に隠すことができるぞ。
If we help out, we'll be able to hide the gold in total secrecy.
幸いなことに、廃棄された地下壕が長々とこの島の地下を横断している。
Fortunately, there's an abandoned tunnel that stretches all the way across this island.
この島の地下に黄金を隠して埋めれば誰にも発見できないと言ってる。
He's saying that if you hide the gold underground and bury it on this island, no one will be able to find it.
現実的な申し出だと議論してるわ。
Our side is saying that it sounds like a realistic proposal.
でも日本人の手を借りるのに抵抗を感じてるみたい。
However, there seems to be some resistance to accepting Japanese help. You guys came to them for help!
議論が難航しているようです。
It seems they're having difficulty coming to a decision.
議論の余地などあるのか、イタリア人。
Do you really have a choice, Italians?
我々の協力なくば、あの黄金は隠せんぞ。
You don't think you can hide that gold without our help, do you?
まさかいつまでも波打ち際に積み上げておくわけにもいくまい。
And I doubt you want to leave it lying around on the beach for much longer.
アンジェロ少尉は黄金のことを知る人間を最小で抑えたいみたい。
Lieutenant Angelo wants to minimize the number of people who know about the gold.
日本人は信用できないけど、山本中尉の申し出が今は最善と見てるみたいよ。
He doesn't trust the Japanese, but it looks like he's decided that Lieutenant Yamamoto's plan is the best possible option.
でもいぶかしがってるわ。
But he seems suspicious.
何を？
About what?
10トンの黄金を隠すという労力の提供と守秘義務を彼らが本当に無償で提供してくれるのかとね。
He's wondering whether they really intend to move a full 10 tons of gold and swear themselves to secrecy without any sort of compensation.
五分と五分だ。
50%!
注意、それはまさか。
Sir, you can't be.
あの黄金の半分を我々によこせ。
Hand over half the gold to us.
それを手間賃に残りの半分を厳重に隠してやろう。
With that as our work wages, we'll hide the other half nice and safe for them.
半分をよこせと言ってる。
Well, that's true. They wanted to hide it, but didn't they come all the way to Japan to do it in the first place? Like, if they came all the way to Japan to do it. He's telling you to give us half of it. The instant Beatrice translated that sentence, Lieutenant Angelo slammed his hand on the desk and stood up. Oh, he's pissed. Instead of flinching, Lieutenant Yamamoto, true to his boast of once being a thug who everyone feared, actually looked even more relaxed and confident than he had previously. Hello, Vince. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hello, Les Miserables. Welcome to the stream.
本来なら断りようのない話だ。
After all, they really don't have the option of refusing.
8割を要求してもおかしくない。
Hell, we could demand 80% if we wanted.
それを敬意を表して五分と五分にしようと提案しているのだ。
I've lowered that to 50 as a sign of good faith.
これは我々だけに有利な話ではない。
Of course. We aren't the only ones with leverage
イ
here.
タリア人たちが外部にこのことを漏らせば、すべての黄金は日本かイタリアに接収されるだ。
If the Italians decide to leak this to the outside, all of the gold will probably be taken by Japan or Italy.
我々には1円たりとも転がり込んでこない。
We won't even get a single goddamn yen out of it.
我々は全員が共犯でなくてはならない。
This can only work if we're both partners in crime here.
全員に着服の共犯になれと言ってる。
He's saying we should all be partners in the crime of embezzlement.
注意はすでに軍人としてでなく個人として話をしている。
By now, he's already moved on to speaking as an individual and not as a soldier.
なんてこと。
I don't believe it.
黄金に目がくらんだのね。
So the gold has blinded him. Lieutenant Yamamoto was grinning. It really did look as though he'd been blinded by greed, just as Beatrice said. Hello, Totally. Welcome to the stream.
あのまま山積みにしていれば、やがて本土から来る向かいの連中の目にいやおうなく入る。
If they leave it piled up just where it is, you can be sure that it'll be noticed when the boat comes for them from the mainland.
そうなれば、ここにいる誰もが得をしないぞ。
If that happens, none of us will profit.
我々の申し出を受けて、早急に黄金を隠すべきだ。
They ought to accept our proposal and hide the gold as soon as possible.
アンジェロ少尉は日本政府やイタリア政府にはどうしても知られたくないみたい。
It sounds like Lieutenant Angelo is dead set on the Japanese and Italian governments not finding out about this.
彼は自分が与えられた任務に最後まで責任を持ちたいみたいよ。
He wants to carry out his duty until the very end.
つまりどういうことだ。
So what exactly does that mean?
何割かを口止め料として与えてでも島内に地中深く埋めることを望んでるわ。
He wants the gold buried deep within the island, even if he has to pay some percentage to buy your silence.
もちろん下士官たちには異論もあるみたい。
Of course, some of his subordinates object strongly.
5割は問題外だと憤慨してるわ。
They're saying that 50% is out of the question.
後ろ見
Husharamiya!
イタリア人たちの感触はどうだ。
How they doing?
彼らも黄金がこれ以上の人目につくことを望んでいないようです。
They also don't want any more people laying eyes on the gold.
しかし取り分に異論があるようです。
However, they seem to object to the portions.
少尉は1割ならば検討できると言ってるわ。
Lieutenant Angelo says they'll consider 10%.
無論山本中尉がそれで納得しないだろうとも言ってるけど。
Though he's also saying that he's fairly sure Lieutenant Yamamoto won't accept that.
後ろ見や
Husharamiya?
イタリア人の返事はいかに。
What's the Italian's answer?
1割なら検討すると。
They say they'll consider 10%, sir. This time, it was Lieutenant Yamamoto who slammed down on the desk. But the Italians didn't flinch either. An incredible tension filled the small room. However, despite his violent outburst a second ago, Lieutenant Yamamoto's expression still looked smug and in control. He was probably confident that he now had the initiative.
1割
10%!
1割か。それはつつましやかな提案だ。
Now there's a modest proposal.
いいだろう。なら1割を譲ってやろう。
Oh my god! Oh no! Oh god, we have an error in translation here, unless he's completely being coy. Oh boy. And I'm not talking about the translation of the game, I'm talking about Kinzo's translation. Unless Yamamoto is just being coy and using this as a way to negotiate.
Okay, sure. I'll give up 10%.
しぶろくだ。
We'll split it 60-40.
これ以上は譲らんと伝えろ。
Tell him I won't go any lower than that.
40% for the Japanese, 60% for the Italians. The lieutenant was talking tough, but in truth, these negotiations weren't being made on an equal footing. If the Italians had just wanted the gold for themselves, there wouldn't have been much of a problem. But what if? What if they were true patriots and decided to return the gold for the purpose of reconstruction, even to the defeated puppet government of their homeland? If so, they would probably report the existence of the gold to the Italian embassy. Eventually, the Italian government would petition the Allied nations for the retrieval of their gold. It probably wouldn't all make it back to Italy, but it might be used effectively to repair and rebuild their battered towns. If that happened, Lieutenant Yamamoto and his friends would only be able to sneak out a few ingots at most. He was greedily planning to make this his own treasure island, so that he and his subordinates could have an enormous fortune all to themselves. Then Kinzo was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. If he wanted to succeed, the Italians would have to keep the presence of the gold quiet.
しかし疑問だ。
But there's one thing I don't get.
アンジェロ少尉が誰にも黄金を渡したくないなら、沈みゆく潜水艦に任せて沈めればよかったはず。
If Lieutenant Angelo doesn't want to let anyone have the gold, he could have just let the submarine sink.
どうして荷揚げを？
Why did he have it unloaded?
考えたくはないけれど、
I'd rather not think about it.
命令が遂行不能になった時点で、少尉はこの黄金を横領することを考え始めたのかも。
But Lieutenant Angelo might have started planning to embezzle the gold as soon as he realized that their mission would be impossible to complete.
彼は今、下士官たちに軍人としての意見と、
Right now he's asking his subordinates for their opinions.
祖国に家族が待つ一個人としての意見を聞きたいと言っているわ。
Both as soldiers and as individuals with families waiting for them back home.
堅物の下士官たちが激高してる。
The more straight-laced soldiers are furious. The discussion between the Italians was becoming fierce and emotional. Though their homeland had fallen, they had come all this way in accordance with its orders. They had probably been given this mission because they were particularly faithful and duty-minded troops. It seems that they couldn't just agree to a foreigner's proposal to embezzle and split up the gold. Lieutenant Angelo looked like he was doing all he could to calm the unexpectedly fervent rage of his subordinates. Looks like the gold is blinding them too. Everyone's mixing up their true feelings with how they want to be seen, and they can't make up their minds.
奴らの返答はいかに？
How's their answer coming?
後ろ宮！
Ushiromiya?
ビーチェ。
Oh, did I skip a line? Okay, I didn't. Biche.
周囲が返事を求めてる。
Lieutenant Yamamoto is asking for an answer.
考える時間が欲しいと言ってるわ。
They're saying that they want some time to think.
私はあなたと話せたから気が紛れてよかったけれど、他の人たちはそうじゃないの。
I had you to talk to, so I was able to distract myself from our current situation. But that wasn't true for the rest of them.
とても長い航海の果てに大勢の仲間を失って極限状態でここにいるわ。
They lost a lot of comrades at the end of a very long journey, and now they're here and in a tight spot.
唯一の心の拠り所だった任務ももはや喪失してる。
They've even lost their mission, the one thing they could depend on to guide them.
どうすればいいのか彼らも分かってないの。
They don't know what to do.
注意。
Sir,
彼らは時間が欲しいと言っています。
they say they'd like some time.
いいとも。大いに議論したらいい。
Sure! Let them talk it over all they want.
しかし時間はないぞ。
But they better not take too long.
隠すとなったら時間と手間がかかる。
If we're gonna hide the gold, that'll take time and effort.
明日の正午までに結論しろ。
Make your decision before noon tomorrow.
以上だ。イタリア人ども。
That's all, Italians!
回答期限は明日の正午だそうだ。
He's giving you until noon tomorrow.
周囲め、まるで脅迫だ。
That bastard. He's practically threatening you.
少尉は全員の意見を聞くと言ってるわ。
Lieutenant Angelo says he'll ask for everyone's thoughts on the matter.
感触は
Same, totally, exactly. Yeah, if Beatrice wasn't there, I would have forgotten this was Umineko. This is Matsuri Bayashi all over again, really. In that respect, only the characters actually have sprites. Like, you wouldn't believe, for those who haven't read Higurashi, there's a similar section in the last episode of Higurashi, but nobody has any sprites, so it's just backgrounds with text and voices for long stretches of time. Which way do you think they'll go?
多分難航するわ。
It'll probably be tough going.
少尉自身は山分けもあり得ると考えてるみたいだけど、
It seems like Lieutenant Angelo is willing to consider splitting it.
下士官や他の仲間たちは多分反対するわ。
But his subordinates and the others will probably oppose that.
みんなこの極東までの航海で大切な仲間を大勢失ってる。
All of them had lost close friends on their voyage to the Far East.
彼らは堅くなに祖国への忠誠を貫きたがってる。
They're firm in their desire to do their duty for our homeland.
周囲の申し出は断ると。
Will they refuse Lieutenant Yamamoto's proposal?
断ってもどうせ黄金は誰かの手に渡るわ。
Even if they do, the gold will just fall into someone else's hands.
何も残らないならせめてインゴットの一本ずつでも密かに持ち帰ろうという少尉の言い分に同調者も出そうだけど。
If nothing is going to be left anyway, Lieutenant Angelo suggests that they each sneak at least one ingot back with them. And some of the others seem to agree. But
こういう時の男って勢いだけが迷走するわ。
men always get carried away at times like this.
私も見当がつかない。
Even I can't guess what they'll do.
イタリア人たちの胸中は複雑でしょうね。
I imagine the Italians have some complicated feelings about all this.
彼らにとって降伏後のイタリアは敵国同然だろう。
In their eyes, the Italy that surrendered was probably a little better than an enemy country.
黄金をそのイタリアに返還するのは彼らの長い旅路を全て否定するのと同じだ。
Letting the gold go back there would make their entire voyage meaningless.
しかし
However,
黄金を着服して山分けすることも彼らの旅路の否定になります。
embezzling and divvying up the gold would also make their whole voyage meaningless.
彼らが義理立てすべき祖国はすでに滅んでいる。
The country they felt obligated to serve had already fallen.
その時点で彼らの旅路の意味などもう失われている。
That alone destroyed the significance of their journey.
気の毒な話だ。
Not a happy story for them.
どうせ意味のないことなら
If it's bound to be meaningless anyway,
インゴットの一本でもありつけた方がまだマシだと。
wouldn't keeping hold of even just a few ingots be better than nothing?
損得感情で言えばそうなる。
Yeah, Zia-san, there's still several major characters that appear in the last episode of Higurashi that have no sprites, which is really jarring, in my opinion. There's like two characters, at least, I am absolutely shocked that don't have sprites, because they're very important. It's kind of weird. At least two. There could be more. Like several named characters that show up quite a lot. Honestly. Although it's interesting to me now that characters like Kumasawa's son and got a sprite. But this guy, Lieutenant Yamamoto, different. Anyway, back to the story. Sure, if you want to calculate straight up profit and loss.
そうならねえのが
But men aren't like that. The Italians were gathered in a cramped room, arguing fiercely.
反対です。
Okay, random characters. I don't like it.
死んだ戦友たちのためにも断固軍人魂を貫くべきです。
We must remain true to our soldier spirit until the end, for the sake of our fallen comrades!
貫くとはどういうことか
And how do you define remaining true?
この島に黄金を隠せということか
By hiding the gold on this island?
東洋人たちの申し出を受けるということか
By accepting the proposal of those Asians?
東洋人たちは信用できません。
We can't trust them!
特にあの山本という男、
Especially that Yamamoto person.
断じて油断できません。
We mustn't let our guards down!
黄金を荷上げして日本人たちに見られたのはやはり失敗でした。
Unloading the gold and letting the Japanese see it was a huge mistake.
艦と共に沈めるべきでした。
We should have let it sink with the sub.
日本人の基地で沈めてどうする
Oh, wonderful idea! Let us just sink it right inside a Japanese base, you moron!
やがていつかは引き上げられる
It would have been pulled up eventually!
隠したことにはならない
That wouldn't hide anything!
いずれにせよこの島から黄金を誰にも知られずに運び出す方法はない
It doesn't matter. There's no way to get the gold off this island without anyone knowing.
洋上で名誉ある自鎮を選んでいたらこんなことには。
It's hilarious, Bats. Like, even the freaking Nazi allies are racist against each other in different ways. I noticed that too. It's pretty freaking hilarious. If we'd just taken the honorable path and scuttled the sub, none of this would happen.
艦のダメージが致命的だったことがあの時点で分かっていたら。
If we had known that the sub would be broken beyond repair.
どうしてあの時少佐は日本軍に救援要請を。
Why did the Lieutenant Commander contact the Japanese military and ask for help?
日本軍にこの黄金のことを知られたら少佐はどう任務を遂行するつもりだったんだ。
How was he planning to carry out our mission if they found out about the gold?
少佐が救援要請を出した時点で我々の任務はもう失敗していたんだ
Our mission was a failure from the moment he asked for them for help.
諸君にも祖国で待つ家族がいるはずだ
All of us have families waiting for us back home.
そして極東の島国までよく航海に耐えた
And we've more than done our part, I say, voyaging all the way to this island country in the Far East.
それに対するこれは正当な報酬なのだという考え方もある
You might even call this fair and just payment for our services.
日本人に助けなど求めていなかった
Right. Everybody's pissed off.
戦友たちが浮かばれてこんな目に。
Chatter. Jeez.
少尉
Lieutenant Angelo.
日本人が友好的でない場合我々は最終的解決手段を辞さない覚悟が必要です
If the Japanese prove to be less than amicable, we need to be prepared to take extreme measures.
伍長最終的解決手段とは何か
Looks like I titled this stream very appropriately. And what do you mean by extreme measures, Corporal? Someone gulped. A stiff tension hung over the room.
日本人たちはたるみ切っています
The Japanese here are pushovers.
実戦経験もない腰抜けばかりです
They're all cowards with no battle experience. Again? Seriously? It's fucking hilarious! My god!
我々は精鋭です
And we're the elite.
すでに基地内の間取りのほぼ全てと日本人の人数配置状況は把握しています
We know the layout of almost the entire base, along with the number of Japanese troops and how they're arranged.
少尉の命令があれば短時間で制圧できるでしょう
If Lieutenant Angelo gives the order, we should be able to subdue them quickly.
戦闘員と思わしきは山本を含めて数人程度
Only a few of them, Yamamoto included, look like fighters.
残りは軍属の作業員風情です
The rest are just laborers attached to the military.
上辺の人数は日本人が上ですが実質兵力ではこちらが優位です
It may look like they have the advantage of numbers, but we have the greater military force.
日本人を殺せば迎えの船が来た時それをどう説明する
If we kill the Japanese, what exactly are we gonna say when the boat comes to pick us up? A witch did it! That's it!
ごまかしようがないぞ
You really think that'll work?
死体さえ見つからなければどうとでもごまかせます
Jesus Christ! The fucking train is here. Ah, god damn it. There should be plenty of ways to work it, as long as the corpses aren't found.
少尉
Lieutenant Angelo,
この基地を制圧するのは容易です
it'll be easy to subdue this base.
山本以下主要な兵士数人を殺してみせればあっさりと作業員たちは降伏するでしょう
You know what? I can use these faceless characters to test some new voices. If we kill Yamamoto and the few strong fighters, the laborers will probably surrender easily.
彼らに黄金を運ばせ地中に埋めましょう
Let's have them carry the gold and bury it.
もちろん彼らの口は永遠に塞ぎますが
Of course, we'll have to silence them afterwards.
日本人たちを皆殺しにするということか
Are you suggesting we massacre all of them?
殺しましょう
Let's do it!
全員殺せば黄金のことは誰にも知られずに済むのです
If we kill all of them, no one will know about the gold.
At that moment, the supposedly locked door opened slightly.
グラナダ
Oh my god! And a metal object was thrown in. Granada! Here we go! Oh my god! They freaking... Oh, they thought of the same thing but first. Oh my god. As the yell rang out, the table was kicked over to be used as a shield, and they all dropped to the floor. However, in this cramped room, it probably wouldn't do them any good. The Italians were all prepared for death. They had the same fucking idea! Oh my god. It's like, I imagine them, Angela saying, "Go! Who would have ever thought the Nazis would do something like this?"
不発不発
A dud! It's a dud! Fortunately, the shoddy grenade was a dud. The door was slammed open, and 3 Japanese soldiers wielding pistols jumped in.
クソったれ不発だ
Damn it, it's a dud!
イタリア人ども殺せ殺せ殺せ
Kill the Italians! Kill the Italians!
各自自由発砲
Return fire! Fire at will! Oh my god. In this small room, no matter who shot where, it was bound to hit someone. The exchange of bullets instantly caused a rain of blood, with casualties on both sides. The 3 who had jumped in were covered with bullet holes and fell over, moaning and thrashing. Gino!
肺をやられてる助からない
Damn, they got his lung. We can't save him.
幸運な犠牲だ
We should consider ourselves lucky.
あの手榴弾が不発でなかったら全員死んでる
If that grenade had gone off, we'd all be dead. The grenade was still rolling on about the floor. It had been a surprise attack. Lieutenant Yamamoto had probably judged that the negotiations wouldn't go his way, and he decided to make the first move. Well, the generals in Sakonia aren't faceless, James. They're nameless, which I find really weird, considering how antagonistic they are. But they're not faceless. Or maybe he'd been planning from the beginning to put them in a position where they'd be gathered in one place to discuss his offer. Rokkenjima was their island. If they killed all the Italians, then not half, but all of the gold would go to the Japanese. There was a chance the grenade might go off late. The Italians rushed out into the corridor and heard gunfire from down the hallway. It was coming from the direction of the submarine dock. Clearly, the troops guarding the pile of gold were being attacked. Lieutenant Angela, what are your orders?
少尉ご命令を
We have no choice.
やむを得ん
Kill the Japanese!
日本人は殺せ
Lieutenant!
注意
These guys are good.
あいつらできます
Those Italians aren't your ordinary sailors.
この連中ただの船乗りじゃね
I see, they needed men good enough to guard that gold after all.
なるほど黄金の番人を任されるだけの兵士ということか
I think that's Yamamoto.
I see. They needed men to guard that gold after all. We have the numbers.
人数はこちらが上だ
Keep your cool, surround them and kill them. Let's hunt some Italians.
焦らず囲んで殺せイタリア人狩りだ
As soon as I heard the sound of repeated gunfire, I knew. Oh god, he's so worried. I knew that something, which had been smoldering since the time the gold was unloaded, had finally burst. The eyes of our soldiers looking at that gold hadn't been normal. Yes, those eyes had been entranced by demons. The Italians had been pushed to the limits by the heavy burden they bore. Who wouldn't have snapped after being trapped in a distant land where you can't understand the language or the writing? Thinking I had to do something, I ran towards the sound of gunfire. Looking back on it, that was an extremely stupid thing to do, yes, Kinzo. That sound meant that there were people shooting at each other. People killing each other. And yet, unarmed as I was, I dashed toward the sound as I was trying to mediate some schoolyard fight. It didn't take long before I learned how foolish and naive that was in the heat of battle. Hiroaka? Oh, Hiroaka!
Hiraoka Heizo!
Warned overseer Hiroaka was lying face down, his entire body drenched in blood. Judging by the trail of blood behind him, it was clear that he had somehow managed to crawl here from a different room before dying. Yeah, didn't Kinzo want to die, exactly? But now he has Beatrice, and that's all changed. He has something to live for. No, he was still twitching. He might not be dead yet. But on this island without a doctor? No, even if we had a doctor, who could possibly save a man who had been shot this many times in the chest? When I looked into the room he must have crawled out of, I saw 2 more blood-stained Japanese corpses. They're I fell backwards pathetically on my butt. My mouth hanging open in shock. Come to think of it, that was the first time I had ever faced death in my life. The entire world was at war. Even though millions were dying both east and west, this was the first time I'd met with a person's death directly. Ridiculous. Didn't I join the army hoping to die? Exactly. Didn't I whine about not being sent to the front lines? Yeah, so rejoice, Kinzo. Isn't this the death you were looking for? Why not spread your hands and yell out loud? Come for me, magnificent death. Someone came running towards me. It was a colleague of mine, a Japanese man, Tajima-kun. The sync is back. Oh wait, it's been resynced again. He dashed towards me, pale-faced and out of breath. His face seemed horribly contorted with terror. Mine probably looked the same.
Tajima-kun, nani ga attanda?
Tajima-kun, what happened? Run away! We'll all be killed! Someone yelled in Italian, and at the same time, Tajima-kun let out a scream. Then he grabbed onto me as he fell to the floor. A red stain was spreading across his back before my eyes. Tajima-kun! Run! As he spat bubbles of blood, he said that one word and died. But the shock of seeing someone die right in front of me did not freeze my heart. At a fundamental level, all living things are unconcerned with the deaths of others. The one thing that matters is whether they themselves die or not. It was the barrel of the gun the Italian soldier was pointing that froze my heart. Tajima-kun's back burst once more as he leaned against me. Oh my god. Flesh tore, blood splattered. The warm splash of it covered my face. Was the Italian still trying to finish him off, even though he had stopped moving for good? How foolish I've been. Can I still not understand the scene in front of me? Rejoice, Kinzo! Now you'll finally get what you've wanted all this time. The Italian hadn't fired to finish off Tajima-kun. He had been aiming at the man Tajima-kun had fallen on. Me, Ushirimiya Kinzo. I pushed his corpse aside, scrabbled against the floor, and dashed away, tumbling over myself. My hands had pushed off against the floor hard enough to tear off the fingernail on my left hand. Oh my god. When faced with death, humans can truly resist with all they've got. I tumbled over and ran as I ran, over and over as I ran, scraping up parts of my body. It was painful, hot, but that didn't matter at all. Oh god. I hear the yelling in Italian coming from behind me over and over again. It felt like they were running, chasing after me. I didn't want to look back. Boy, did I title this stream correctly or what. So I keep on running and running, as though the Italians were right behind me. This is death. Didn't you want to die? No, I don't want to die. Why? Didn't I want to die so badly? But now I know. I know how wonderful it is to be alive. She taught me. Beatrice did. I can only be free when I talk with her. No. By talking with her, I finally came alive for the first time. I was born. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. I don't want to die. I want to live and see her right now. If I don't see her, I'll die. I'll be killed. Stay cool, Kinzo. She might be killed too. If you live and she dies, you might as well be dead. Before I knew it, my face was covered in tears, snot, and saliva. When I stumbled into something and fell, I was finally able to come to my senses a little. I could still hear intermittent gunfire. The gunfight was still going on, and it had spread throughout the entire base. Beatrice, are you okay? I'll find her and take her to a safe place. The lieutenant will probably kill all the Italians to steal the gold. Beatrice probably won't be an exception. Beatrice. Beatrice! I wonder why he calls her Beatrice now and not Beatrice as he does now, because clearly that's what he likes to call her. I lived for the first time after meeting you. I was born, so if you die, I'll die again. I could feel every cell in my body being reborn. Not as Ushirimiya Kinzo, but as a completely different Kinzo. Goldsmith? Of course, I was terrified that I might really be shot if I went back. But I didn't want to die anymore, to truly die, so I was able to overcome my fear. Beatrice! Rubens! What on earth is going on? What is all this? There's no need for you to know.
そこにじっと隠れていろ。
Just stay hidden in there.
同胞が呼びかけるまで出てくるんじゃない。
Don't come out until one of your fellow countrymen calls for you.
イタリア人の声が聞こえた。
I heard an Italian voice.
そこにいるぞ。
He's over there.
くそ、誰東洋人め。
Jesus fucking Christ. Apologize for reading this line. Damn yellow monkeys. For fuck's sake. Reuben stood with Beatrice behind his back and neatly shot the two men rushing at him with two 9mm bullets from his Beretta M1934. Exactly, James. This would be way cooler if this was the very first Beatrice yell of Kinzo. However, one of the 8mm bullets from their Type 94 semi-auto pistols went straight into Reuben's chest. All three of the shooters were struck in the chest and fell down in a heap. No! Rubens! Go up to the surface. Move to hide in the forest. Rubens!
My! Aren't we chatty?
The next person to appear was the commanding officer of the Japanese soldiers, Yamamoto. The blast of 3 guns had just sounded, adding on Beatrice's screams. It was hardly surprising that he had noticed the encounter.
If it had to come to this anyway, we should have taken this woman as a hostage in the first place. Damn annoying, that's what they are!
Yamamoto spat. Beatrice used that moment to snatch up Rubens' gun.
Well, look at you! Reaching to pick up a gun without missing a beat. Italian women sure are scary! Damn it! Both of you screwed up!
He spat this last part at the 2 dying men who lay moaning at his feet. However, what had happened to them wasn't particularly surprising. It wasn't the first time that it happened either. In this tiny, cramped tunnel, nearly everyone had met head-on. When both sides shot recklessly in a situation, the result was 2 corpses. So whoever sensed another person and pulled the trigger quickest won. That was the only way to survive this battle without a bullet in your chest. Because of this, both Japanese and Italians had killed each other without hesitation, and they sometimes even pulled the trigger on oncoming allies. In the middle of this were several Japanese men who had stumbled into the fight, wondering what was going on. It didn't matter whether the other person was holding a gun or not. Everyone had reflectively pulled the trigger at the sight of anyone other than themselves, trying to stay alive. The entire base had been wrapped up in this slaughter. There was a fierce gun battle taking place on the submarine dock. And a massacre resembling a hunt was taking place inside the base. Most of the non-combatants assigned to this base were killed before they knew what was going on. The Italians were indeed quite seasoned troops, but their numbers began to drop bit by bit. Blood-stained corpses were scattered everywhere. I still got it, like, look at this background, seriously. Look at how amazing this, I just can't help but admire the detail in this background. All the bricks and just the lighting on it, seriously. At first it had probably been a proper gunfight. However, as their minds began to grow weary and numb, it devolved into that most basic cause of wars throughout humanity, the desire to kill all foreigners you don't understand. Whenever they heard words they didn't understand, they pulled the trigger. By that point, the screams of foreigners sounded no different from those of man-shaped beasts. After all, they couldn't understand pleading in another language, so it had long ago turned into a mere massacre. As the number of dead surpassed the number of living, silence began to return to the base. I know, right? Like, James, if you're waiting for the Animal Crossing Direct, it is pretty much the complete opposite of this. Just when it felt as though everyone had died, and you could hear the desolate sound of the wind blowing through the caves, there would be a sudden scream, the crisp sound of a gun, and you'd remember that the massacre wasn't yet over. This happened over and over again, and eventually true silence fell. It marked the pitiful end for those led astray by gold. I wonder how many of the Japanese soldiers are left. And Italians too. Like, how many people? Angelo lived, interesting. The leader of the Italian soldiers, Angelo, had managed to survive somehow. He encountered nothing but the corpses of friend and foe. All was quiet once more in the base. If he was careless enough to call out, he might be shot from the shadows somewhere. So he snuck about like a panther, breathing quietly and searching for remaining enemies. There was no sign or trace of any living person. Maybe all of the people in this base had died. Damn Japanese. The Japanese had struck first, but at that time we were also talking about killing them. They simply made the first move as military men, so perhaps we should be grateful for this day. Even if the boat has come to pick us up, there would have been no honor left for us. We would have been mere failures in our mission, unable to face our unfit to face our dead comrades. Perhaps dying here in the Far East alongside my gun is a more fitting end for a soldier. I noticed the sound of shuffling feet coming from around the corner and strained to hear. Is someone seriously wounded and dragging their feet? Noticing them before they noticed me greatly helps my chances. At this stage, there's no point in taking prisoners. We must dispose of all the Japanese. I'll dash around the corner, quickly to check to see who they are, and shoot if it's a Japanese person. Nothing more. I've been hiding my footsteps the whole time. They probably don't know I'm here. Once the shuffling footsteps had come close enough, Angelo leaned around the corner and raised his gun. The voice that reached him spoke Italian. Run! You! Okay, Vince, have a good sleep. Thank you for coming as much as you could. Yep, time for the two leaders. I'm guessing what's gonna happen here is that Yamamoto is gonna kill Angelo, but Kinzo is gonna kill Yamamoto, and then OG Beatrice and Kinzo are gonna be the only ones left on this island. It's gonna be pretty poetic like that. And he's gonna pretty much have the island to himself. Kinzo and Beatrice could dispose of all the bodies and say, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. a witch killed them all, or something like that. He probably might say something like that, you know, to make up a story, and that might lead to the original legend of the witch Beatrice, or something like that. That's what I'm guessing.
I've been looking for you, Lieutenant Angelo.
これで全員だな。
That makes all of you.
俺はしっかり貴様らの死体を数えて回ってたんだから。
Oh, all the Italians are dead. Except for Angelo and Beatrice.
I've been counting Italian corpses, you see.
Lieutenant Angelo! Are you okay? Blood pours from Angelo's chest. His gun fell to the floor, then his knees, and then the rest of his body crumpled and stopped moving. Yamamoto's accuracy with a gun wasn't particularly stellar. However, Angelo had waited until they were very clearly close before jumping out, so Yamamoto had made the shot. He had managed to hit, even with a short-barreled handgun in one hand and a woman as hostage in the other.
それにしても我がロッケン島守備隊の情けないことよ。
Really, though, our Rokkenjima garrison was pathetic.
まさか私以外は全員死んだのではあるまい。
Am I the only one who's not dead?
I wouldn't count on it, Yamamoto. Yep, yeah, exactly, Romsh. It's pretty easy to predict what's gonna happen at this point.
やれやれクズども。
Yada yada! Trash! All of them! Especially that Kinzo guy! There's no way he's gonna kill me!
Can't you fight it without using a woman as a shield? You brute! Let go!
静かにしろ。
Quiet!
イタリア女は実に騒がしい。
Noisy, these Italian girls.
おとなしくしてれば命までは取らんという。
If you just be cooperative, I'd at least spare your life!
It was such an obvious lie that even he wore a bitter smile. The Italians were spies working for the enemy, and they all died along with the garrison in a gunfight. Since this was the story Yamamoto wanted to tell, he couldn't afford to have any Italian survivors. By this point, he wouldn't be able to keep the entire pile of gold, but he should be able to grab as many as he could carry. Even that would be worth a huge amount of money. Beatrice suddenly swung her head, smashing Yamamoto's nose hard. Someone help! Someone!
You bitch!
She almost managed to escape. However, Yamamoto quickly grabbed her leg and tripped her. She fell onto her back, and Yamamoto mercilessly stomped his foot down on her stomach and pointed his gun at her.
I don't make a hobby out of taming tomboys. Die!
Lieutenant Yamamoto, she had nothing to do with this! Let go of her! Kinzo had jumped out from the shadows. He was holding a gun he had stolen from one of the corpses.
Huh? Who's Ramiya? So you're alive!
Let go. You're hurting her.
It was you, wasn't it? You tipped the Italians off.
What are you talking about? Yamamoto didn't know that the grenade had been a dud. He had been sure that the surprise attack would work, but it hadn't. So he'd assumed that Kinzo must have tipped them off.
It's
It's your fault the surprise attack failed and we're stuck like this!
この裏切り者め
You turncoat! You traitor to your country!
貴様がこのイタリア女を通じて内通していたことはお見通しよ
I know you've been working for them through this woman!
あなたが黄金に目がくらんだからこの事態を招いたのではないのか
Can't you see that you've caused all this because we're blinded by gold?
逃げて金蔵
Run, Kinzo!
この男は命乞いしてる人も撃ったわ
This man has shot people begging for their lives!
あなたも撃たれる
He'll shoot you too!
喋るなイタリア女
Don't talk, Italian!
もう一度口を聞いたら容赦なく撃つぞ
If you open your mouth again, I won't hesitate to shoot.
It hurts. Yamamoto ground his heel into Beatrice's gut.
よせやめろ
Stop it! Stop it!
彼女は何の関係もない
She has nothing to do with this!
Aha!
銃を上官に向けるとはどういうつも
Are you pointing a gun at a superior officer?
り頭を冷やせ愚か者め
Stop and think of it, fool!
私とお前で口裏を合わせれあの黄金の山は私たちだけのものではないか
If we agree to keep to the same story, we can have that pile of gold all to ourselves, okay?
私一人では少々をくすねるくらいしかできんがお前と二人でならもっと多くの数をくすねることができる
Oh, come on, like anyone would trust you at this point. As soon as he loaded all the gold onto like a boat or something, frickin' you would just shoot him and drop his corpse in the frickin' ocean. I don't think Kinzo is that stupid. Jesus Christ, even if he didn't love Beatrice.
I could only grab a few on my own, but if we work together, we'll be able to sneak off with even more.
上官面をするつもりはないぞ
I don't mean this as your superior officer.
男同士二人できっちり山分けしようじゃない
Let's split it equally between us as men.
五分五分に分けようと言ってあなたは彼らの寝首をかこうとしたのではないのか
The last time you offered to split the gold 50-50, you tried to slit their throats.
Chah!
後ろ見どうやら貴様は黄金より鉛の方がお好みらしいな
Oh, sure of me, it looks like you were led to gold.
Without any hesitation, Yamamoto raised the barrel of his gun toward Kinzo and pulled the trigger. It grazed Kinzo's right ear. If Yamamoto's aim had just been a bit better, the bullet would have slammed into Kinzo's face.
金蔵
Kinzo!
よくも
How could you?
貴様
You. Ah!
Not letting Yamamoto's momentary distraction go to waste, Beatrice lashed out and planted her right foot into Yamamoto's crotch. Oh, damn! Oh, gee, Beatrice got the moves, too. After moaning in pain, a demonic expression flashed across Yamamoto's face, and he stomped on her chest. Oh, damn it. Piche!
You. You bitch! Die!
Ouch, my throat. Beatrice shut her eyes tightly, hoping that she could withstand the coming pain. No one wants to watch the moment they get shot.
Ew.
Drip, drip, drip. A blood splash poured out of Yamamoto's chest.
あんたがあんたの都合で大勢の命を奪ったように
Just as you took so many lives for your own personal reasons.
私も私の都合で
I'll
あ
take
んたの命を
I'll take your life. For mine. Could Yamamoto hear Kinzo's words until the end? In his last moments, he seemed to grin. Yep, now all the soldiers on both sides are dead, and Beatrice and Kinzo have their own private island with 10 tons of gold all to themselves. And this is how he got it. Then slowly, he fell backwards with a spurt of blood. Kinzo! Are you okay? I was sure you'd been shot. Beatrice tried to stand up, but then doubled over and started coughing. Biche! Are you hurt? My ribs are hurting. That brute really was stomping them hard. Will you be okay? I hope they aren't broken. Italian women don't break so easily. But, thanks. I owe you my life. There's no way they're not getting together after this. If you hadn't come, it would have all ended there. Yamamoto had shown no mercy. Her ribs were probably cracked. We didn't have the option of waiting, possibly for several days, for the ship that was coming. I made the decision to carry her away from the island. The man who kept yelling about preserving the secrecy of the base is lying there dead. The next island over, Nijima, is close. A small boat should be more than enough to get us there. I need to take you to a hospital. The wound might be more serious than you realize. That is absolutely true, Kinzo. That's interesting. I never knew there was a hospital on this island. There isn't. A boat should get us to the next island over. We'll get you to a hospital. As for me, unless I cleverly cover up what happened on this island, I might end up getting court-martialed just for being here. I have a request. Bye, Ji-chan. Have a good night. Thank you so much for coming. Please, don't take me to a hospital. Why? If we go to a hospital and the embassy is contacted, I'll eventually be sent back to Italy. If that happens, I'll be interrogated about all kinds of things. I won't acknowledge the bastards who let Mama die. There's no homeland for me to return to now. This is the end for me. So, there's nowhere I want to go anymore. Lieutenant Angelo, Rubens, everyone who was so kind to me, they're all dead.
君までここで死ぬと。
And because of that, you want to die here too?
イタリア女はヤワじゃないんだろ。
I thought you said Italian women weren't weak.
生きるんだ。
Live!
ねえ金蔵、
Hey, Kinzo,
生きるってどういう意味？
what does it mean to live?
あなたが教えてくれたはずよ。
You're the one who taught me, aren't you?
生きるってのはただ息をすることじゃないわ。
Living is more than just breathing.
私はイタリアへ帰りたくないの。
I don't want to go back to Italy.
ビーチ。
Biche,
あなたは私と出会うまで死んでいたと言ってくれたわ。
you said that you were dead until you met me.
でもそれは私も同じなの。
But it's the same for me.
潜水艦の中で私は死んでいた。
I died in that submarine.
祖国も滅び、ママも死んだ。
My homeland fell. Mama died.
パパもね。
Even Papa died.
私はこんな船沈んでしまえと願ったわ。
I prayed that our sub would just sink to the bottom of the ocean.
だからここにたどり着いた時、実は死に損ねたとがっかりした。
So when we reached this place, I was actually disappointed that we'd survived.
その矢先よ、
Then right after that,
少尉が英語がわかる者はいるかと騒ぎ出したの。
Lieutenant Angelo started asking whether anyone could speak English. Hello, Clover. Welcome to the stream. When Kinzo met Beatrice, he finally forgot about dying. And when Beatrice met Kinzo, she also forgot about dying.
私は
Now that I've lost my homeland, my family, and my friends,
祖国も家族も友人たちも失った私を
my only wish
あなたにさらってほしいと願うの。
is for you to kidnap me and take me away with you. Oh wow, that is both sad and really romantic.
ビーチ。
Biche,
でもそれは叶えられない望みだとも分かってる。
but I know that's a wish that couldn't possibly come true.
ならばせめて
So at the very least,
迎えの船が来るまでの数日間をあなたと一緒にいたいの。
I want to be with you until the boat comes for shore.
胸の痛みなんて気にしない。
I don't care about the pain in my chest.
だって迎えの船に連れ去られたら私はもう死んでしまうのだから。
After all, when that boat comes and takes me away, I'll die. Beatrice spoke this, smiling softly. She did her best to hide the pain in her chest.
お願い金蔵、
Please, Kinzo,
迎えが来るまでの数日間でいいから
just for the few days, until the boat comes.
私をさらって。
Kidnap me. Damn. She just... Oh, wow, these two. They are star-crossed. My god.
その願いは叶えられない。
That's a wish I can't grant. Looking apologetic, Kinzo lifted Beacho, interesting, not Biche, up and gently sat her in the boat.
育児なし。
Coward!
やっぱり日本の男は軟弱だわ。
So Japanese men are weak after all.
そうだな。
You're right.
私は育児なしだ。
You're right. I am a coward.
だから君の願いは片方しか叶えられない。
So I can only grant you half of your wish. With the clunk, he placed it, wrapped in a jacket, on the boat.
片方とは
What do you mean?
迎えが来るまでの数日間でいいから。
The part about until the boat comes for you.
の方は叶えられないということさ。
That's the part I can't grant. Oh, damn, Kinzo! You are gonna put the moves on her. Like, seriously. Totally makes sense. Like, all his animal survival instincts, and hers too, are being on fire right now. It only makes sense that they're, yeah, I know bats. It's pretty sad, but luckily, you know, the ones we know have nothing to do with that. Yeah. But, damn, Kinzo. He is just being really smooth right now. He's going all for that, you know, 1940s, 50s romance. Like, I could picture, like, a scene like this in black and white at the end of, like, one of those old movies. My mother was in love with, 1950s, style movies with, you know, romance and stuff like that. I guess that's part of the reason why I love, hats so much. Because those lovely hats that they wore in those movies, because my mom just showed me so many of them, and like with very romantic settings, and just like being swept off their feet, and just like in the black and white as the music swells and the credits roll as they kiss passionately. And it's just one of the better memories of when I was younger. And I guess that's part of the reason why I just love those big hats, because I don't know, I just think they look glamorous without being ostentatious. And yeah, just very, very period appropriate romantic here, the way Kinzo is being. That's the part I can't grant. Huh?
どういう意味
What do you mean?
君をさらう。
Kidnapping you.
そっちを叶えることにした。
That part I'll do.
金蔵
They are ready to make out right here. They don't care if there's fucking corpses everywhere. Like, their instincts, survival instincts must be on fire right now. Kinzo. There has to be a doctor on Nijima. I'm wearing a Navy uniform. I should be able to pass myself off as a survivor of a boat carrying a VIP that was sunk by enemy ships. If the doctor happens to be of the greedy sort, all the better. After all, I have right here the golden magic to make people do what I say. I could totally picture her saying that. That's a witch from a distant country took my lifeless body and gave me a soul. Damn, Kinzo, you are freaking scum of the earth, but you have a way with words right there. Jeez. Well, reproductive instincts. Ranch is what I mean. A witch from a distant country took my lifeless body and gave me a soul. A woman came to me with the gold and revived me with her magic.
君は魔女だな。
You are a witch.
黄金の魔女だ。
The Golden Witch. Oh my god.
黄金の魔女よ
Yes, the Golden Witch.
みんなと同じレシピで作ってるのに私だけがパスタから消し炭を生み出す錬金術が使えるの
Exactly, Jamtrad. That's exactly what I mean. Even though I use the same recipe as everyone else, only my alchemy can turn pasta into a smoking black heap. Oh, god damn it! OG Beatrice, you can't cook? I never thought I would have something over Beatrice. Jeez. Of course, this isn't the Beatrice.
あなたと同じく私もあなたがいてくれる限り生きることを許される屍
Just like you, I'm nothing but a corpse allowed to live, just as long as you're with me.
あなたがいなくなったら私はすぐにでも死んでしまう
Oh my god. The parallels here. The parallels here. I just... Oh my god. Wow. If you go, I'll die straight away.
死なせない。
I won't let you die. Oh god, this is... Oh god, this is such classical romance right here.
本当に
Really?
絶対に。
No matter what.
だってね責任
Oh my god! Take responsibility, okay?
だってあなたは私をさらったんだから
After all, you're the one kidnapping me. The swaying stopped. There you go. The swaying stopped for all you guys who didn't, Oh god, wow.
そうですか。
Nanjo was the doctor. Sorry about that. Well, for all you who couldn't take the swaying, it's over. Okay, you guys, hold on for a second. I think this is a very good place to pause. I just have to go to the bathroom really quick. Okay, I'm back. Oh, bye, James. Have fun with the Animal Crossing Direct. That scene, I tell you. That just brought back a lot of memories, I have to say. Makes me kind of appreciate more time spent with my mother, and just wish I had I wish I could go back to those days with a bit more knowledge. That just made me really nostalgic for a second, that scene. So again, Umineko just tends to bring up these emotions in me that, like, for various reasons and various different things, that just I don't know. This story just really just connects with me on a lot of different levels. So many different in so many different ways. I don't think it like, really, I'm gonna say it again. So far, this is probably my favorite story that I've ever read of anything, and I honestly, just for personal reasons, because of the way, like, it connects with me personally in many different ways. I just I really don't think anything else could top it. So I'm so glad that I could again experience this story with all you guys here, because I don't think I would have ever got to read it and act it out otherwise. So thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me. I really appreciate it. You're all freaking awesome. Anyway, back to the story. Nanjo here, who apparently didn't age a day in 50 years. Is gonna be the doctor that treats the original Beatrice.
I see.
Kinzo-sanがそこまで話しましたか?
So Kinzo-san told you that much.
では、
Oh,
ま
okay.
さかあなたなのですか?
This is way back. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so this is back in the present day. Never mind.
Then wait, was it you?
おじい様がベアトリーチェを連れて行った新島の医者というのは?
You're the Nijima doctor who grandfather took Beatrice to see.
驚くに値しね
Why so shocked?
え。新島の医者って時点でピンとくる。
It should have left your mind ever since the words Nijima doctor.
突然海軍の兵隊さんが外国人の女性を連れて現れたのです。
All of a sudden, a soldier of the Navy appeared along with a foreign woman.
驚きましたとも。
Of course, I was astounded.
しかもその上、軍機なので秘密で治療しろというのです。
And then he actually told me to treat her wounds confidentially, since their presence was a military secret.
それがおじい様との初対面だったのですか?
Was that the first time you met grandfather?
そうです。
Yes,
それが金蔵さんと初めての対面でした。
that was when we first met.
黄金で言いなりになった欲深な医者ってのもお前のことなのか?
Damn, Will, you don't sugarcoat anything, do you?
So you're the greedy doctor who followed orders for the sake of gold.
これは手厳しいですな。
That's a bit harsh.
突然外国人の女性患者を連れ込み、軍機だから秘密にせよと言い。
He suddenly brought in a foreign woman patient, explained to me that this was a military secret.
治療代は必ず持ってくるから担保にと言って黄金のインゴットを差し出す相手ですぞ。
Promised that he'd pay the medical fees later, and handed me a gold ingot as collateral.
厄介事はごめんでした。
I didn't want to get involved with any funny business.
渋々とですとも。
I was reluctant to say the least.
確かにそれもそうですね。
I see your point.
でも南條先生はベアトリーチェをかくまってくれたんですね。
But in the end, you did conceal Beatrice, didn't you?
金蔵さんほどではありませんが、私にも英語の心得がありました。
I may not be as skilled as Kinzo, but I do have some familiarity with English.
二人の会話を漏れ聞き、二人が決して厄介な何者かでないと確信したからです。
I managed to overhear part of their conversation. And that was enough to convince me that they were not troublesome people.
もちろん、インゴットに目がくらまなかったといえば嘘が過ぎますがな。
Of course, if I were to say that the Ingon didn't tempt me, that would be a lie.
私も今よりは若かったものですから。
I was much younger then, you see.
その後、彼女。
What happened to her next?
しばらくの療養の後、後ろ宮家の使いの方が来て、小田原に移すとおっしゃいましてな。
I treated her for some time before a messenger from the Ushiromiya family came and said that she would be moved to Odawara.
引き取られていきました。
They took her away.
おじい様が自分で迎えに行ったわけではないのですか？
So grandfather didn't come to get her himself.
金蔵がどう六軒島の事件を言い訳したにせよ。
Regardless of how Kinzo explained away the incident on Rokkenjima,
しばらくの間は自由には動けなかっただろうよ。
he probably wouldn't be able to move about freely for some time afterwards.
ですな。
Precisely.
軍をごまかすのが金蔵さんの人生で一番の大勝負だったと言っておりましたな。
Kinzo-san has said that deceiving the military was the greatest challenge of his life.
ベアトリーチェは小田原に行って、それから。
So Beatrice went to Odawara, and then what?
使われていない別荘の一つにかくまったと聞いています。
I've heard she hid in one of their unused villas.
当時の金蔵さんにはもう家族がおられましたからな。
After all, Kinzo already had a family at the time.
そこはうまくやられたのでしょうな。
It must have been tricky to manage.
クワドリアン以前から二重生活はお手の物だったというわけだ。
So leading a double life was business as usual for Kinzo, even before Kwadorian.
何してるんですか？
What are you doing?
お尻におできでも？
Is your butt itching? Cause I could take care of that for you.
それから。
And later on,
ベアトリーチェはおじい様の保護で別荘でいつまでも。
Beatrice and grandfather continued their happy relationship in the villa from then on.
平穏につつましやかに暮らしたと聞きます。
I have heard that it was a modest, peaceful life.
それから数年の後、彼女に子供が生まれましてな。
Oh my God. No way. Kinzo! No way! Kinzo! What the actual fuck, man? Are you... What the fuck? Hello, Beatrice. He... Oh my God! Kinzo! She was your blood daughter? What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? What the actual fuck, Kinzo? How could you do that to the daughter of the woman you love? Your daughter! Kinda cringe, that's hilarious. More like mega cringe. Like, what the actual fuck? That is like... Are you fucking serious? Oh my god! That child! Kinzo! How could you? How could you? Oh my god. Oh my god. To his own daughter. I was thinking before that the original Beatrice had a daughter with someone else. And that's... But... Oh my god. Kinzo. You're a monster. Oh my god. Fuck you, Kinzo. Fuck you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me just get back to the story, but oh my god, Kinzo! Hello, Mediocrit. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. He's a monster.
7 years later, they had a child.
クワドリアンのベアトリーチェの誕生か。
So Coadorian's Beatrice was born.
出産がうまくいかなかったそうで。
Yep, as I thought. She died in childbirth, didn't she?
The birth didn't go well.
お気の毒なことです。
It was truly a sad tale.
まさか亡くなったんですか？
You don't mean she died?
驚くな。
Don't be surprised.
金蔵は娘を生まれ変わりと信じたんだぞ。
Kinzo believed his daughter was Beatrice reborn.
心をないがしろにするんじゃねえ。推理は可能だ。
You can't neglect the heart. It's possible to reason it out.
そうですね。
You're right.
失礼。
My apologies.
私は金蔵さんが彼女と過ごされた小田原の数年間を知りません。
Those must have been the only happy years of Kinzo's life. The time he spent with her in Odawara.
I don't know how many years Kinzo-san spent with her in Odawara.
しかし その後の今日までの金蔵さんを見れば、
However, judging by the Kinzo-san we grew to know afterwards,
ほんの数年間であっても彼がいかに彼女を深く愛したか伺い知ることができるでしょう。
one could tell how deeply he loved her, even if they only had a few years together.
そうですね。
I see.
そして娘のためにクワドリアンを作ったというわけか。
And then he made Kuadorian for his daughter.
金蔵さんは潜水艦の黄金を元手に巧みに立ち回り、たちまちのうちに財産を築き上げていきました。
Oh god, I just can't even. Oh my god.
Kinzo-san cleverly made use of the submarine's gold to build up a fortune in a flash.
また持ち前の英語力を生かし GHQ に強いコネクションを作ってみるみるうちに大富豪となられたのです。
Then he made use of his considerable skills in English to make connections with the GHQ, becoming immensely wealthy in a short span of time.
この辺はリオンさんに説明する必要はありますまい。
There's no need to explain this part to you, Leon-san.
ええ。
Yes.
その莫大な財産でロッケン島を買い取り、
But I
屋敷を
wonder,
建てます。
did that even happen in this universe?
Well, of course it did, because Shannon and Cannon are there. Of course it did. What am I saying?
Yes. He used that vast wealth, bought Rokkenjima, and built the mansion.
小田原の親族たちは無人島を丸ごと買い取ったおじい様を酔狂だと笑ったそうです。
The remaining relatives in Odawara scoffed at grandfather, thinking he was crazy to buy an entire deserted island.
10トンの黄金がポケットに収まる大きさだったなら、金蔵も島を買わなかったろうよ。
If you could carry 10 tons of gold around in your pocket, Kinzo probably wouldn't have bought Rokkenjima.
He hid the gold somewhere in Rokkenjima, built up a fortune with the ingots he'd taken out of it, and then bought up the whole treasure island.
ですな。
Exactly.
そして後ろ宮家の黄金伝説が始まるのです。
And that started the legend of the Ushiromiya gold.
インゴットには片翼のワシが刻印されていたと聞くが。
Oh, thank you, Will. I was thinking of that the entire time.
What about the mark of the one-winged eagle that was supposedly pressed into the ingots?
片翼のワシというよりは片翼に見えてしまうワシというべきでしょうな。
The one-winged eagle. Or more precisely, an eagle of which only one wing is visible.
それはどういう意味ですか？
Oh my god, it's the fucking eagle of Germany. It's the fucking, oh god. It's probably the freaking eagle on the freaking Nazi Germany symbols. Just cut in half. I bet, oh my god. Wow, the two-headed, oh Jesus Christ. That makes total sense. What do you mean?
ヨーロッパに多いでしょう。
You often see it in Europe, do you not?
翼を広げたワシを紋章にしたものは
A crest or coat of arms with an eagle spreading its wings on it.
サロ共和国の国旗にもワシがいや鷹でしたかな。
The flag of the Salo Republic also had an eagle. Or was it a hawk?
が刻まれています。
Oh, it wasn't that one, Romsh. It was a different one. I see.
At any rate, it had some bird of that type emblazoned on it.
刻印が薄かった。あるいは粗雑だったということか。
So that imprint was made too lightly, or else it was poorly done.
そうです。
Correct.
戦時下の粗雑な刻印でした。
They used a rough wartime press.
本来は翼を広げたワシの紋章が刻印されるべきだったのでしょう。
It was probably supposed to look like the crest of an eagle spreading its wings.
それがちょうど斜めに立ち切ったように 半分薄れて消えていたのです。
It was pressed in at a slight slant, so half of it was too light to see.
翼を広げたワシが半分消えて、それが片翼のワシに見えた。
So half the eagle spreading its wings disappeared, making it look like a one-winged eagle?
金蔵は自分の運命を大きく変えたベアトリーチェの黄金に片翼のワシを見て
Kinzo thought the seal of on the gold of Beatrice, the woman who changed his fate, looked like a one-winged eagle.
それを自分の紋章とすることを決めたに違いあるまい。
That must be why he decided to make that his own crest.
果たして正しく刻印されていたなら、それは共和国旗の鷹だったのか。
If the imprint had been made correctly, it would have been the eagle of the Salo Republic's flag.
それともまさか相当の。
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, Nanjo.
Or it could have been the two-headed.
いやいや、そんなまさか。
No, no, of course not.
あの莫大な黄金の山の前で、金蔵さんと杯を傾け合いながら黄金ロマンで夜を明かすのはなかなかに楽しいことでした。
Passing the night away with Kinzo-san in front of that massive pile of gold, drinking and wandering, was truly an enjoyable experience.
もっとも、金蔵さんはその刻印から黄金の出所を探られることを嫌いましてな。
However, Kinzo-san didn't want people using that seal to figure out where the gold had come from.
外部に持ち出す黄金にはわざわざ自分の片翼のワシをデザインした別の
Interesting.
刻印を打ち直していたようです。
So there were two designs.
The gold he took outside was all repressed with the one-winged eagle design he had created.
お前には見せるだけだったのか。
And all he did was show you the gold?
金蔵もケチだな。
What a cheapskate.
無論大富豪になった後、金蔵さんは再び私の元へ訪れ、未払いだった治療費をしっかり払ってくれましたとな。
Of course, after he became immensely rich, Kinzo-san came to me once more, saying that he'd pay me in full for the overdue medical expenses.
治療費にはちと多すぎましたのでな。
The amount he came with was a bit much for medical fees,
ちゃんとお釣りを払いましたが。
though I did make sure to give him his change.
それ以来、おじい様と交流を。
And you've been friends ever since.
そうです。
Yes,
金蔵さんは私が秘密を守ってベアトリーチェをかくまったことをことのほか深く感謝してくれましてな。
He found the right guy.
Kinzo-san was extremely grateful to me for keeping his secret and concealing Beatrice.
おじい様は、かつての小田原の親族たちは欲深の嘘つきばかりだとおっしゃっていました。
Grandfather always said that the old relatives in Udawara were a bunch of greedy liars.
南條先生の義理堅さが嬉しかったに違いありません。
I'm sure he appreciated your strong sense of duty, Dr. Nanjo.
おじい様のような方がどうしてあなたにだけは心を開いたのかわかる気がします。
I think I understand why a person like grandfather came to trust you.
私にも多少の異国趣味とチェスの趣味がありましてな。
I also had some interest in foreign countries, as well as a hobby of playing chess.
金蔵さんとは以来意気を統合しまして、
Kinzo-san and I have gotten along well ever since.
こうして細々と、しかし気づけば随分と。
It was a friendship that built up gradually, but grew strong before we knew it.
長くお付き合いをさせてもらっています。
Yes, we have been friends a very long time.
大きな金を扱うやつほど小さな金にもきっちりしてる。
People who deal with large amounts of money tend to be quite mindful of small amounts as well.
治療費以上をもらおうとしなかったあんたの律儀さに惹かれるところもあったんだろうよ。
Well, obviously I'm not going to stop right now. Oh my god, you're right. We've already gone nearly 2 hours. Are you serious, Apparition? Oh my god. This time has absolutely flown by. That is insane. Huh. This might be a short one then. Oh, damn. I guess it just works out that way. Fucking hell.
I can't believe it's already been almost 2 hours. This feels like it's been like at least only an hour and a half.
When you refuse to accept anything more than the medical fees, that must have earned you as an admiration.
とんでもない。
Ridiculous.
大きなお金に怯えてしまっただけです。
I was just frightened by the large quantity of the money.
後になってから後悔しましたとも。
I began to regret it later.
どうにも昔から肝が小さいものでしてな。
It seems I've never had real guts.
そんなことはね。
No need to worry there.
肝は十分に不定さ。
Guts are one thing you've got no shortage of.
そうでしょうか。
You think so?
お世辞でも嬉しいですね。
Well, I appreciate the flattery.
政治じゃね
That wasn't flattery.
Oh my God, Will. You know, you seem like all the stoic, serious type, but you're cracking jokes. Okay, so we can continue into the next chapter right before the next flashback starts. Okay, so there's another flashback with someone else. I wonder who it is. Maybe Kumasawa? I'd imagine. Or Genji. That's who I'd imagine. For at least 1 whole year after Kinzo's death, Nanjo had taken part in hiding the secret of that death. Of course, Natsuhi must have given him some hush money. Still, there could be no doubt that he had enough guts to withstand pressure from Kinzo's children for a long time, without slipping up once.
大した肝っ玉じゃねえか。
Now that's something that'd take real guts.
義理がたいのがお前の性分なんだろうよ。
That sense of duty must be part of your personality.
それしか取り柄がないものでして。
Perhaps that is my only redeeming quality.
Oh, Nanjo, you don't seem like a bad guy at all.
おじい様は良い友人に恵まれたと思います。
I think grandfather was blessed with a good friend.
Okay, so yeah. So basically, I don't want to stop right now because I'm having too much fun on this stream. What I really want to do, I'll continue until the next flash, the birth of Beatrice. Yep.
おじい様にとって
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna stop based on what you guys said. We're gonna stop right before the next flashback. After we find out who the flashback is with. That'll also enable me to give a title to the next stream.
I think
ベアトリーチェという女性がどれほど人生の大部分を占めてきたか分かった気がします。
I've learned just how much the woman called Beatrice influenced grandfather's life.
何も分かってなんかいね
We haven't learned anything.
え。ベアトリーチェを誰が殺した
Who killed Beatrice?
それが分からなきゃ俺たちはいつまでもここから出られね
Unless we figure that out, we'll never be able to get out of here.
そうでしたね。
You're right.
早く終わらせなければ
We need to finish this quickly.
葬儀はもう終わっているのですからね。
The funeral is already over. After all.
え。ちげえな。
You've got it all wrong.
葬儀なんだ。
This is
これがな。
the funeral.
私たちのさせられていることがですか？
You mean what she's making us do?
これまでに聞いたどのベアトリーチェも殺されてなどいない。
All of the Beatrices we've heard about so far weren't killed at all.
それを俺たちが殺されたことにしようとしている。
We're trying to understand where the word killed factors in.
ベルンカステルにとってはこれこそが本当の葬儀なんだ。
That's the real funeral, as far as Burn Castle's concerned.
誰も殺されたことを知らない。
No one knows about her being killed.
それを私たちが暴こうとしている。
And that's the truth they're trying to expose?
お前つくづく察しがいいな。
You're pretty sharp, aren't you?
仮想の駒と話してるとは思えん。
It hardly feels like I'm talking to a piece from the lower plane.
Willard, you're breaking the fourth wall for these people. You're gonna blow their minds that their lives are nothing but playthings in the hands of godlike beings that treat their very existence as a toy. Jeez.
俺のワトソン役として与えられた駒だからか。
So this is why I was given you as my Watson.
Oh. Oh God, these two.
相棒駒呼ばわりとは失礼な方です。
Don't call your partner a piece.
さあ、次は何を？
Unless you mean a piece of ass. So what next?
ミラード・ホームズ？
Willard Holmes.
捜査の基本は聞き込みだろ。
Step 1 of holding an investigation is questioning witnesses, of course.
まだ聞くべきベアトリーチは残っている。
There's still a Beatrice we need to ask about.
Interesting. Okay, Dexter, welcome to the stream. So this is a rather short chapter. Alright, I'll see how it goes. If it's a very short chapter, I might just read the whole thing. To indicate whom they should talk to next, Will nodded in the direction of George, Jessica, and Maria. Overall, I say I really like this structure as opposed to how Matsuri Bayashi was structured. Honestly. I really like how this is structured. Like, seeing the story through the eyes of a new character, getting all of this information to us on the background of the story, than how it was presented in Matsuri Bayashi. I really do prefer this. Maria seemed to be lecturing the others about something. Wow.
すごいんだね、ベアトリーチは。
Beatrice sounds pretty incredible.
Yeah!
And then, in an upside down cup? Yep, Beatrice definitely exists in this universe.
She made tons of candies appear out of nowhere.
Inside the overturned cup?
そりゃすげえぜ。
Amazing!
確かに魔法だ。
Sounds like magic to me.
マリオちゃんは魔女とか魔法とかそういうものが大好きですから。
Really, James, it does feel like an adventure game.
Maria-chan really does love witches and magic.
魔女の権威に話を聞かないわけにはいかねえな。
We could hardly avoid consulting our local authority on witches.
When looking for someone to ask about Beatrice, Maria rose to the top of the list. The Beatrice she spoke of wasn't the real Beatrice, the one Kinzo and the others had talked about. However, here and now, on the Rokkenjima of 1986, the name Beatrice probably refers to the person Maria's always talking about.
バトラの姿が見えないな。
I don't see Battler anywhere.
Ushirimiya Battler, the one who was forced to fight as Beatrice's opponent in many games, and the most important person in this game, this tale. A battler in this world would probably be the peace version, but even so, it should be possible to get some vital information out of him. Will probably wanted to talk with Battler too, but he was nowhere to be seen in the cousins group.
バトラ君は今回の葬儀には欠席しています。
Battler-kun did not attend this funeral.
最も年の近いいとことして残念です。
It's a shame, seeing as he's the cousin closest in age to me.
仲はいいのか？
You two on good terms?
ええ、もちろん。
Yes, of course.
バトラが何かスケベな出現をするたびに尻をつねってるんだろ。
And you pinch his butt every time he says something perverted, right?
おや、よくご存知で。
Oh, how'd you know?
推理は可能でしたか？
Did your detective instincts tell you that?
バトラに同情する。
Poor guy.
So there's no Battler here. Interesting. Huh.
And what Leon said about Battler. Seriously. This is just another connection of Leon to Beatrice. Like, it's just really freaky, like, that Leon is getting another connection to Beatrice now. With the whole thing with Battler, like, seriously. Berncastle said that everything we needed was gathered here. Since Battler isn't here, that probably means it's possible to find out everything without asking for his side of the story. Or maybe she's intentionally hiding the core elements and making us take the long way around as part of some fickle witch's game. Since he isn't here, that probably means there's no need to hear his story for the time being. Let's talk to Maria and the others. Oh, jeez. I won't say anything perverted, so keep your hands off my ass. Seriously, Lion has amazing taste in dudes. They've got a type. They've got a type for sure. He's like the same type as Battler, for sure. In terms of looks, anyway.
Then why not choosing your words a bit more carefully?
With a roguish smile? Leon, not Lion again. Damn. Leon pinched the air, index finger against middle. Ah, it's a successor-sama! Are you done babysitting the old geezer? At least Leon was impartial. Oh my god, you do that to everybody! No mercy even for Jessica. Will felt a bit gratified. I see. That's just the thing you do to people. Since you're the successor and Krause's child, then Jessica is your little sister. He was so used to Jessica being an only child that, though the scuffle between the two looked perfectly natural, something didn't feel quite right about it.
Jessica! Can't you talk a bit more like a little sister's supposed to? And while we're at it, why not try talking more like a girl your age? How many times do I have to tell you to stop calling me Successor-sama?
Shut up! I'll live the way I want to! I'd suffocate if I had to ask all refined like you, Successor-sama! So, eat it all, I'm gonna deck ya! Whoa! Stop it! Don't pinch me! This is little sister abuse! Private! Stop it!
Jessica! Why are you talking like that in front of a guest?
You have a lot of traits from Natsuhi, don't you? If Beatrice was neutral, and raised by Natsuhi, seriously, that's who you remind me of, like.
Do you want Mother to scold you again?
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Looks like those two are close, in their own special way.
Well,
Leon is an excellent person to be the successor, without any faults.
素晴らしすぎてジェシカちゃんの気持ちもちょっぴりわかるかな。
I guess I understand how Jessica-chan feels. Leon might be a bit too perfect sometimes.
何をしても比較される。
She gets compared to Leon no matter what she does.
だからグレると。
And that made her rebel.
もしジェシカちゃんが一人っ子として生まれてたら、きっと落ち着きのある深層の霊場になってたと思う。
If Jessica-chan had been born an only child, I'm sure she would have become a composed, quiet young lady. I agree, Joy. I think it's way more embarrassing to go pinching people's asses all the time than speaking like Jessica does. Jeez. And to this statement, Will is good. No, George, that is completely wrong. Jessica would be the exact same.
それは面白い想像だね。
That's an interesting thought.
安心しろ。
Don't worry.
あの性格は一人っ子でも変わらねえ。
That wouldn't be enough to change her personality.
ジョージお兄ちゃん。
ジョージお兄ちゃん？
あなたとは初対面ですよね。
Oh, sorry. This isn't the first time we've met, right?
でも後ろ宮家にはお詳しそうだ。
Oh, this is the first time we've met, right? But you seem to know a lot about our family.
僕はジョージ。
I'm George.
彼女はマリア。
And this here is Maria.
よろしく。
Pleased to meet you.
ウィルだ。
Call me Will.
ベアトリーチについて調べている。
I'm investigating Beatrice.
知っていることを聞かせてほしい。
Please tell me what you know.
ベアトリーチェ？
Beatrice!
ほらね。
See?
ベアトリーチェはいるの。
Beatrice exists!
Though Maria had looked hostile towards this unfamiliar man, as soon as she heard the name of the witch she loved pass his lips, her eyes began to sparkle.
ほら、マリアちゃん。
Hey, Maria-chan.
お客様にちゃんとご挨拶をしないと。
You've got to greet our guests properly.
こんにちは。
Hello!
後ろ宮マリアと申します。
My name is Uchimiya Maria.
ベアトリーチェを知ってる人がいて嬉しい。
I'm glad to meet someone who knows Beatrice.
握手。
Handshake. Woo!
Ugh.
Maria suddenly stuck out her small hand, and Will reached out for it reflexively. As soon as he did, he felt a bright light seeping out from the gap between their hands. The theater-going power that Burncastle had given him had affected Maria.
ベアトリーチェはね、ロッケン島の魔女なの。
Beatrice is the witch of Rokkenjima.
いつもね、マリアがロッケン島に来るたびに一緒に遊んでくれるの。
She plays with me every time I come here.
マリアのね、一番のお友達で、マリアージュ・ソルシエールの仲間なの。
She's my best friend and a fellow member of my Associate. Woo!
The light grew brighter and brighter. This time he could feel himself being drawn into Maria's world. I'm Ushurumi Maria. My mama is Rosa. My papa. I don't have a papa. I think I remember Mama showing me a picture long ago and saying, "This is your papa." It was a picture of a man with a dark suntan on a beach wearing a swimsuit. Later on, when I learned of what papa meant, I asked Mama to show me that picture again, but she said it didn't exist. But it had to have existed. When I drew a picture of it and showed it to Mama, she got really mad and said it didn't exist, or that if it did, she had already thrown it away. Ever since then, she kept saying I didn't have a papa.
知ってる？
Did you know?
パパとママがいないと赤ちゃんができないって言われてるけど、それは嘘なんだよ。
People say you need a papa and a mom to have a baby, but that's a lie.
少女解体か。
Virgin birth, is it?
ミヨ、乙女が身ごもって男の子を産むであろう。
Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son.
その名はインマヌエルなり。
and they shall call his name Emmanuel.
マリアはもし男の子に生まれていたならそれが名前だったかもしれない。
If I was a boy, that might have been my name.
マタイ伝1章20節
Book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 20.
違うよ、23節。
No, verse 23.
Choo-choos, are you saying that it might be Okanogi? There's no way. That would be nuts if Okanogi was her father. And again, look at how smart Maria is. She's able to remember and contextualize all of this information. Like, and as long as it has to do with her interest. She is really intelligent. But Rosa doesn't see it, and it's just such a shame.
20節はかくてこれらを思い巡らすとき、見つかいが夢に現れていった。
Like, look at this! Look at this! Seriously! Like, literally an angel is being corrected on Bible verse by a little child. Oh my god. And look at how well she knows this shit. Like, she is just... I really wish Rosa appreciated her.
But while he thought on these things, but verse 20 is, but while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream,
ダビデの子、ヨセフよ。
saying, Joseph, thou son of David,
妻マリアを迎えることを恐れるな。
fear not to take unto thee Mary the wife,
その腹に宿るものは聖霊によるものなり。
for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost.
お前の父親は聖霊だというわけだ。
So your father is the Holy Ghost.
パパがいるのが当たり前だとみんなに言われた。
Everyone said that everyone has a papa.
パパがいないなんておかしい、変な子だ、かわいそうな子だと言われた。
They said it was strange not to have a papa, that I was a weird, pitiful child.
でもママに聞いてもパパなんかいない、知らない、存在しないと言われた。
But when I asked Mama, she said I didn't have a papa, that he didn't exist.
聞くだけで怒られて叩かれた。
She got mad and hit me, even though all I did was ask.
だからマリアは自分が誰から生まれたかよくわからなくなった。
So I really didn't understand who gave birth to me.
マリアは人間として正しくない、未熟で不正な存在。
I was an immature and misplaced creature, not a proper human.
みんなとは違う、おかしな、かわいそうな子だと気がついた。
I realized I was a strange, pitiful girl, different from everyone else.
親も他人も関係ね
It doesn't matter who your parents are or what other people say.
え。お前はお前だ。
You are who you are.
それを未熟な幼児に教えるのはきっと難しかったろうね。
It must have been hard to teach that to a young, immature kid.
ひょっとしたら幼稚園の先生はいじめられて泣く私にそう諭してくれたのかもしれない。
My kindergarten teacher might have said that to me after I cried after being bullied.
でもそんな慰めでは私の心の空白、疑問。
But even those words of encouragement couldn't fill in the blank space. No, the questions.
どんな言葉も私の疑問に答えてはくれなかった。
Those words couldn't answer the questions in my mind.
その疑問に答えたのがザ・ブックだというのか。
And the book is what gave you the answers.
神父様がね、来たの。
A priest came to see me.
It was probably part of some lesson to enrich the minds of children through an edifying tale. To most of the children, it was just an ordinary fairy tale that they might have heard from one of their teachers. Actually, I think we were just bored because it was too hard to grasp. Then at the end, the priest said something important. Hello, Sailor Moon, welcome to the stream. That's not what he said, though.
神は何でも知っているか。
That God knows everything?
Yeah,
だからマリアは聞いた。
so I asked him.
マリアにはママしかいない。
I only have a mama.
パパはない。
I don't have a papa.
パパがなくても、マリアはママから生まれてきた。
Mama gave birth to me without a papa.
それはおかしくて悲しいことなのって。
Was that a strange, sad thing? I asked.
The priest taught me. There's nothing strange about a child having no papa. After all, Jesus Christ was born of a virgin, and the one who gave birth to him was the Virgin Maria? I was surprised. Maria, the name I was given, had been showing me the answer all along.
だからマリアはびっくりして神父様に聞き直したの。
I was so shocked. I asked the priest to say it again.
聖母マリアは一人で赤ちゃんが産めたんだって。
He said that the Virgin Maria gave birth to a baby by herself.
じゃあマリアも一人で赤ちゃんが産めるのって。
So I asked him if that meant I could give birth to a baby all by myself too.
神父は何と答え
And how do you answer that?
聖母マリアが赤ちゃんを身ごもれたのは聖霊のおかげだからって。
He said that the Virgin Maria was with child because of the Holy Ghost.
マタイ伝一節20章講談。
The second part of the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 20.
その腹に宿るものは聖霊によるものなり。
For that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost.
またマリアはびっくりした。
That surprised me again.
これはどういうことだと思う？
What do you think that means?
た。お前はこう解釈した。
You interpreted this to mean that
後ろ宮マリアには人間の父はいない。
Ushirmiya Maria had no human father.
本当の父は聖霊だと。
That your real father was the Holy Ghost. Regardless of the Bible's original meaning, this young, sad girl whose lack of a father had caused her to lose her sense of identity, had finally created a way to understand herself.
それを知ったとき、私はなぜ他の子たちと自分だけが違うのかを理解したの。
Once I realized that, I knew I was different from all the other kids.
私をバカにするみんなはヨセフの子。
The ones who made fun of me were all children of Joseph.
でも私だけは違った。
But I alone was different.
私はみんなより劣ってなんかいない。
I wasn't worse than everyone else.
私は神の子、聖霊の子だった。
I was a child of God, a child of the Holy Ghost.
Well, thinking that is a lot better than growing up very depressed.
帰ってママに話したよ。
When I got back, I told Mama.
マリアにはパパなんていない。
I had no papa.
ママはママで、マリアは神様の力で生まれてきたんだよって。
Mama gave birth to me thanks to the power of God.
It was probably painful for Rosa when Maria asked about her father. Why did Maria have no papa when everyone else had a papa and mama? Every time she was asked this, Rosa flew into a rage and changed the subject. Hello, Juza Lin. Welcome to the stream. Then, for some reason all on her own, Maria had found an answer that satisfied her. She had no papa. She was the child of Mama and God. It isn't too difficult to imagine that Rosa, after hearing this young girl's explanation, might go along with it as though if it were true.
ベアトは宇宙を生み出す最小の人数を2人だと言った。
Beatrice said that the minimum number of people needed to create a world is two.
私はこれを両親がいないと子はなせないという意味だと感じた。
I thought she meant that you need two parents to create a child.
その時、私は思ったの。
That's when I thought of it.
ベアトは魔女だけれど、人間から生まれた魔女なんだって。
Beatrice might be a witch, but she's a witch born of a human.
ベアトは精霊の子じゃない。
Beatrice isn't a child of the Holy Ghost.
でも私は違う。
But I'm different.
ママだけから生まれた。
I was born from Mama alone.
精霊から生まれた。
I was born of the Holy Ghost.
ベアトは私と一緒じゃなきゃ宇宙を作れない。
Beatrice can't create a universe without me.
でも私は、
But
神は我らと共にある。
God is always by your side.
私一人でも精霊と共に宇宙が作れる。
I can make a universe all by myself, along with the Holy Ghost.
ベアトは私を原初の魔女と呼んだ。
Beatrice called me the Witch of Origins.
そしてやがては一人で全てを生み出せる造物主になれるよと言ってくれた。
And she also said that eventually I may become a creator who could create anything alone.
私が一人で無から有を創造する。
All by myself I can create something out of nothing.
それをベアトが無限に膨らませる。
Beatrice can take that and extend it into infinity.
エンジはそれを受け継ぎ語り広げる魔女の使徒だった。
Angie was the witch's apostle who had spread that word far and wide.
マリアージュ・ソルシエルか。
And that was Maria Sorciere.
1と無限は大きく違う。
There's a huge difference between one and infinity.
だからベアトは偉い。
That's why Beatrice is so great.
でも無と有の前には1も無限も同じ有でしかない。
However, compared to the distance between existence and non-existence, one and infinity are nearly the same thing.
私は世界で一番の魔女。
I am the child destined to become the best witch, no?
世界で一番偉い造物主になることを約束されていた子。
The greatest creator in the world who
Whoever lived! No! Not that. Not that.
The greatest creator in the world!
マリアージュ・ソルシエールはそんな私を温める卵の巣。
Maria Sorciere was the nest to prepare me for that.
私は後ろ宮マリア。
I am Champion Maria.
As sad as it is, I do think this is better than her getting into a deep depression about her true circumstances, honestly.
神と共にあるマリア。
Maria, who stands by God's side.
If we liken Maria's sense of identity to a universe, then this endless stream of words coming from her might be like the Big Bang. She spent so long tormented over how to interpret her lack of a father. Then, by chance, she saw a line in the Bible that looked like it secretly referred to her. And she finally formed an understanding for herself. The sad girl who hated herself for being different from all of her classmates finally found a meaning for her existence. At that moment, Maria's universe, which had once been nothingness, was born as a clump of ultra-hot, ultra-high pressured energy. Then later on, she went to Rokkenjima, met the endless witch who called herself Beatrice. And the clump of energy exploded in a big bang, giving birth to their magical compendium.
That was the universe known as Maria Sorciere.
話が少し飛躍しすぎだ。順を追う。
We're jumping about a bit too fast.
いいよ。
Oh,
We're jumping about a bit too fast. Let's take things one at a
ど
time.
こから？
自分は精霊の子だと解釈したお前が、
Sure,
そ
where
こ
do
か
you,
ら次第にオカルトに傾倒していくことは容易に理解できる。
where do you want to start?
そこからだ。
After you decided they were the child of the Holy Ghost, it's easy to imagine that you gradually became more and more interested in the occult.
another desync. 61, that is amazing, Sailor Moon.
そんなお前がベアトリーチェとどこで出会う？
Thank you to
どのように
everybody
交流してい
watching.
ったか。
You guys are amazing.
And then what?
それは本当にある日突然の唐突なこと。
Oh, it just changed. Okay. I wasn't looking at that, I was just looking at the chat. I guess you saw a different count than me, but that's okay. I am grateful to everyone watching. Y'all are so amazing, seriously. Yeah, it got desynced again.
Once you reached that state, where'd you meet Beatrice? And how did the two of you interact?
ロッケン島に住まうベアトリーチェという魔女に私は会ってみたかったの。
It really did happen all of a sudden one day.
同じ魔女として。
I really wanted to meet the witch called Beatrice, who lived on Rokkenjima.
その頃にはもう自分が魔女という自覚があったのか。
I wanted to meet her as a fellow witch.
あった。
At that time, you already knew you were a witch?
Oh god, it is really desynced, jeez.
その頃には聖書とオカルトでは大人にも負けないくらいの知識があったから。
Okay, I think it's desynced just by one line.
I did.
だから私は魔法は使えずとも自分を魔女だと信じてた。
Even then, when it came to the Bible and the occult, I already knew as much as an adult.
Yeah, you definitely do.
ちょっと滑稽だね。
So even though I couldn't use magic, I believed that I was a witch.
だから私は魔女見習いなの。
It's a bit funny, isn't it?
いつベアトリーチェと出会った？
That's why I was only a witch apprentice.
よくは覚えてない。
When did you meet Beatrice?
でもその出会いはよく覚えてる。
I don't really remember when,
それはとてもとても唐突だった。
but I do remember what it was like.
Huh?
It was really, really sudden.
Oh my god! Okay, I want to save this for next time, you guys. The first meeting of Maria and Beatrice. Oh my god, what a ride this was. Unless there's like very little left in this chapter, I think I might want to save this for next time. Apparition, what say you? How much do you think is left? The desync is not quite over. Oh, jeez. Oh, there's like half the chapter left? Okay. Okay, so thanks, Guppy Force. Okay, so I think this is where we're gonna stop for now. Okay. What a place to... The first meeting of Maria and Beatrice. I missed you so much, Beato. We get to see the Beatrice that we all know and love. It's still desynced. I'll get OA to fix it between the break between episodes. Yeah, I'll get OA to fix it. You guys are so freaking amazing. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Wow, we learned a lot about Kinzo's past, didn't we? And how Nanjo got involved in everything. Oh, you guys are awesome. In 2 days, we will continue on this journey through the past. So, until then, I'll say to y'all, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.